A sprawling mansion gleaming with opulence. Inside, a man who has everything money can buy paces frantically. His name, Jonathan Blackwell, tech mogul and self-made billionaire. But right now, his wealth means nothing. His heart is racing, his hands trembling. Why? Because his only child, his precious 8-year-old daughter Lily, is missing. The clock ticks mercilessly. Each second feels like an eternity for Jonathan. He's used to controlling every aspect of his life, but now he's powerless. The irony is crushing. A man who can buy entire companies can't find what matters most. Police swarm the estate. Helicopters circle overhead. But as night falls, there's still no sign of Lily. Jonathan's mind races with terrifying possibilities. Has she been kidnapped? Is she hurt? Or worse? Hours turn into days. The media frenzy is relentless. Headlines scream about the billionaire's missing heiress. Jonathan's face, once plastered on magazine covers celebrating his success, now haunts news reports. His eyes are hollow, his designer suit rumpled. The man who had everything now risks losing it all. But Jonathan won't give up. He pours millions into the search. Private investigators, advanced technology, even psychics. He'll try anything. Yet as each lead turns cold, hope dwindles. The whispers begin, will the Blackwell empire crumble without an heir? Then, on day 5, a breakthrough. A tip comes in from an unexpected source. Jonathan's heart pounds as he races to follow this last, desperate lead. What he discovers will shake him to his core. The location. Shocking. Unbelievable. It defies everything Jonathan thought he knew. As he approaches, time seems to stand still. Will this be the moment that reunites a father with his beloved daughter, or will it crush the last remnants of hope? What Jonathan finds will leave you breathless. It's a twist so unexpected, so heart-wrenching, that it will haunt you long after you hear it. This isn't just about a missing child anymore. It's about the lengths a parent will go to protect their own, and the devastating secrets that can tear even the most powerful families apart. As Jonathan steps into the unknown, his world is about to change forever. The man who thought he had control over everything is about to face a truth that will shatter his reality. What he uncovers in those next moments will redefine everything he thought he knew about family, love, and the true cost of success. The tension builds to an almost unbearable level. Jonathan's hand shakes as he reaches for the door. Behind it lies the answer to the question that's been tormenting him for days. Where is Lily? But is he prepared for what he's about to see? The door creaks open, and Jonathan's eyes widen in disbelief. There, in a room he never knew existed, sits Lily. But she's not alone. Beside her is a face from the past, someone Jonathan thought he'd never see again. It's his ex-wife, Sarah. The shock hits Jonathan like a physical blow. Sarah, the woman he'd divorced years ago, the mother who'd supposedly abandoned their daughter. Yet here she is, holding Lily close, tears streaming down both their faces. Lily looks up, her eyes a mix of fear and relief. "Daddy," she whispers, her voice trembling. "I'm sorry. I just wanted to see Mommy." The truth comes crashing down on Jonathan. This wasn't a kidnapping. It was a desperate attempt by a child to reunite with the mother she'd been told was gone forever. Sarah, it turns out, had never truly left. She'd been living in secret, watching her daughter grow from afar, heartbroken by the lies Jonathan had told to keep them apart. Jonathan's world spins. The carefully constructed narrative he'd built of the devoted single father, the abandoned husband, crumbles around him. He realizes with gut-wrenching clarity that in his pursuit of wealth and power, he'd committed the ultimate betrayal. He'd robbed his own child of her mother's love. As the full weight of his actions hits him, Jonathan falls to his knees. The mighty billionaire, brought low by the very lies he'd used to build his empire. Lily runs to him, torn between the two parents she loves. Sarah stands, her face a mix of anger and long-suppressed pain. In that moment, surrounded by the wreckage of his own making, Jonathan faces a choice. Will he cling to the power and control that have defined his life? Or will he find the courage to admit his wrongs and try to heal the family he nearly destroyed? The next hours are a blur of tears, confessions, and long-overdue truths. Jonathan learns that Sarah had never wanted to leave. It was his own jealousy, his fear of sharing Lily's love that had driven him to push her away. He'd used his wealth and influence to erase Sarah from their lives, convincing even Lily that her mother had abandoned them. But a mother's love isn't so easily erased. Sarah had found a way to stay close, taking a job as a gardener on the estate, watching her daughter grow from the shadows. It was a chance encounter in the sprawling gardens that had led to this moment. Lily, recognizing the mother she'd been told was gone, and Sarah, unable to deny her child any longer. As the story unfolds, Jonathan is forced to confront the hollowness of his success. What good was all his money if it couldn't buy the one thing that mattered most, a happy, loving family? He sees now that in his relentless pursuit of wealth, he'd become the very thing he'd always feared, a man who put power above love. The media frenzy that follows is unlike anything Jonathan has ever faced. The headlines now scream of scandal, of a billionaire's web of lies unraveling. But for once, Jonathan doesn't care about his public image. His focus is solely on making things right with the two people he's wronged the most. In the days that follow, Jonathan takes steps that shock the business world. He steps down from his company, announcing his intention to dedicate his life to rebuilding his family and making amends. His fortune, once used to separate mother and child, is now poured into foundations supporting single parents and reuniting estranged families. For Lily, the road ahead is complicated. She's overjoyed to have both parents in her life, but struggles to understand the years of deception. Therapy becomes a crucial part of healing for the entire family. Jonathan, Sarah, and Lily begin the slow, painful process of rebuilding trust and redefining their relationships. The mansion, once a symbol of Jonathan's success and power, is sold. The family moves to a modest home, away from the spotlight. Here, surrounded by the simple joys of everyday life, they begin to rediscover what it means to be a family. As months pass, the transformation in Jonathan is remarkable. The hard-driving businessman gives way to a father who prioritizes bedtime stories over board meetings. He learns, for the first time, the joy of being truly present in his daughter's life. Sarah too finds healing. The years of separation have left deep scars, but as she watches Jonathan's genuine efforts to change, a cautious forgiveness begins to take root. They may never recapture the romance of their early years, but a new kind of love, built on honesty, shared responsibility, and a deep commitment to their daughter, begins to grow. Lily blossoms in the warmth of her reunited family. The shy, reserved child who once lived in the shadow of her father's empire becomes confident and outgoing. She develops a passion for art, something Sarah had always loved, but Jonathan had dismissed as impractical. Now he's her biggest supporter, proudly displaying her paintings in their new home. As the story of the Blackwell family spreads, it touches hearts across the nation. People are moved by the tale of redemption, of a powerful man humbled by love. Jonathan, once known for his cutthroat business tactics, becomes an unlikely advocate for family values and corporate responsibility. In the end, the true wealth Jonathan discovers isn't measured in dollars or stock options. It's in the laughter that now fills their home, in the simple joy of a family dinner, in the knowledge that he's finally become the father and man he always should have been. The story of the millionaire's missing child doesn't end with a simple reunion. It evolves into a powerful testament to the strength of family bonds, the possibility of redemption, and the true meaning of success. Jonathan Blackwell, once defined by his billions, finds that his greatest legacy isn't the empire he built, but the family he nearly lost and fought to rebuild. As Lily grows, surrounded by the love of both her parents, she carries with her a powerful lesson that the most valuable things in life can't be bought, and that it's never too late to right a wrong, to heal a broken heart, to choose love over power. And for Jonathan, every day with his family is a reminder that he found something far more precious than any fortune. He found his way back to the truth of what really matters.